All right, welcome back. Another episode of the old Burglar Report, your number one choice for news, politics, and today, reading out loud. And I, of course, am your esteemed orator and host, Dave Steppenwolf. All right. A lot of fucking news to cover. I wanted to cover the whole AOC line thing. She came out, obviously, that's this Instagram story last week, and her timing of the event was off by like an hour and a half or some craziness. Fucking lying. Also, the biggest story in the world, I think I still haven't covered. The old GameStop, Wall Street bets. That's a fucking great story. But today, oh man, do we have a fucking whopper. I do believe cat's out of the bag. I believe the fox is in the hen house. You know what I'm saying? The eagle has landed. Like and subscribe. I'll get into this right now. But read aloud. Today's fucking Time article. Time magazine article, rather. Yeah, follow and subscribe, like me. Buy some of my merch. I don't give a shit. Whatever. Let's see what we got. Sorry, I'm looking at my keys here. Alright, let's go over here. The secret history of the shadow campaign that saved the 2020 election. Published yesterday, today. Time magazine. Okay? Official story. If I would have said something about shadow campaign, secret history, 2020 election, I'd be fucking banned off of YouTube. My video would be taken down. I already had a video taken down. This video might go down. I don't fucking know, but this is a crazy story. Okay. I'm gonna read the first intro part of it. It's a long fucking article. Read it earlier and actually read it several times. But let's see what we got. Everything happened right after the November 3rd election. Nothing. The nation was braced for chaos. Liberal groups had vowed to take to the streets, planning hundreds of protests across the country. Right-wing militias were girding for battle. No spin there. In a poll before Election Day, 75% of Americans voiced concern about violence. Instead, an eerie quiet descended as President Trump refused to concede. The response was not mass action, but crickets. When media organizations called the race for Joe Biden on November 7th, jubilation broke out and as people thronged cities across the U.S. to celebrate the democratic process that resulted in Trump's ouster. And you can see there's little clips of stuff. People out there celebrating. You guys all remember that. A second odd thing happened amid Trump's attempts to reverse the result. Corporate America turned on him. Hundreds of major businesses, leaders, many of whom who had backed Trump's candidacy and supported his policies, called on him to concede. To the president, something felt amiss. It was all very, very strange, Trump said on December 2nd. Within days after the election, we witnessed an orchestrated effort to anoint the winner, even while many key states were still being counted. And the media was calling him a conspiracy theorist and all the bad things. In this article, it says, in a way, Trump was right. There was a conspiracy unfolding behind the scenes, one that both curtailed the protests and coordinated the resistance from CEOs. Both surprises were the result of an informal alliance between left-wing activists and business titans. They said activists, didn't say politicians. I'll just say politicians and business, that's fascism. The pact was formalized in a terse, little-noticed joint statement of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and AFL-CIO published on Election Day. Both sides would come to see is sort of implicit bargain, inspired by the summer's massive, sometimes destructive racial justice protests. We're not calling them riots, in which the forces of labor came together with the forces of capital to keep the peace and oppose Trump's assault on democracy. So we're going to assault democracy to oppose Trump's assault on democracy. Interesting. The handshake between business and labor were just one component of a vast cross-partisan campaign to protect the election, an extraordinary shadow effort dedicated not to winning the vote, but to ensuring it would be free, fair, credible, and uncorrupted. An extraordinary shadow, credible and uncorrupted. I'm used to be pretty familiar with literary terms. Oxymoron comes to mind. I don't know if there's something more appropriate. And let's continue. For more than a year, a loosely organized coalition of operatives scrambled to shore up America's institutions as they came under simultaneous attack from a remorseless pandemic and an autocratically inclined president. Like Biden. Signing 40-plus executive orders. Autocrat. Oh, no, they're talking about Trump. Awkward. Though much of his activity took place on the left, it was separate from the Biden campaign and crossed ideological lines, with crucial contributions by nonpartisan and conservative actors. The scenario the shadow campaigners were desperate to stop was not a Trump victory. It was an election so calamitous that no result could be discerned at all. A failure of the central act of democratic self-governance that had been a hallmark of America since its founding. So the point of all this was a calamitous result, is what I'm getting from that. Their words, not mine. I'm talking about conspiracy theories. Their work touched every aspect of the election. They got states to change voting systems and laws and helped secure hundreds of millions in public and private funding. So this group of people, businesses, as I stated before, got states to change voting systems and laws. So they worked with politicians or lobbied politicians. So they engaged in fascism. And this doesn't sound like democracy. Maybe it is. I don't fucking know. Apparently I don't know what fucking democracy is. They fended off voter suppression lawsuits. I believe voter suppression lawsuits are good because you don't want your voters being suppressed, but they fended them off. Recruited armies of poll workers and got millions of people to vote by mail for the first time. Mail-in voting, whatever. A lot of room for error, but I can't talk about that. They successfully pressured social media companies to take a harder line against disinformation and use data-driven strategies to fight viral smears. They fucking censored everybody. They executed national public awareness campaigns to help Americans understand how the vote count could unfold over days or weeks, preventing Trump's conspiracy theories and false claims of victory from getting more traction. So they're fighting conspiracy theories with their own conspiracy theories? That could be paraphrases that? I don't know. After Election Day, they monitored every pressure point to ensure that Trump could not overturn the result. The untold story of the election is thousands of people of both parties who accomplished the triumph of American democracy at its very foundation, says Norm Eisen, a prominent lawyer and former Obama administration official who recruited Republicans and Democrats to the Board of Voter Protection Program. So they said they were fighting for democracy by not using democracy. That makes fucking sense, I guess. That's like a fucking plutocracy or a fucking... Wow. For Trump and his allies were running their own campaigns to spoil the election. Yeah, of course, we gotta fight Trump. Fight fire with fire, right? The president spent months insisting that mail-in ballots were a Democratic plot and the election would be rigged. So they just got through saying they had a Democratic plot and they were trying to control parts of the election, which could be construed as rigged. But they're saying that that's what Trump was saying. His henchmen at the state level slaughtered blocked their use with his lawyers, brought dozens of spurious suits to make it more difficult to vote, an intensification of the GOP's legacy of suppressive tactics. Ooh. Before the election, Trump plotted to block a legitimate vote count, and he spent months following November 3rd trying to steal the election he lost. With lawsuits, conspiracy theories, pressure on state and local officials, and finally, summoning his army of supporters. Every fucking one of those things, they just got through saying they did. They had their local officials, they had their lawsuits, conspiracy theories, army of supporters, okay, and finally summoned his army of supporters to January 6th rally that ended in deadly violence at the Capitol. Don't condone the fucking riot or whatever you want to talk about that was. That's stupid of Trump supporters. We are nonviolent. They fell for some shit. I don't know. The democracy campaigners watched with alarm. Every week we felt like we were in a struggle to try to pull off this election without the country going through a real dangerous moment of unraveling, says former GOP Representative Zach Wamp, a Trump supporter who helped coordinate a bipartisan election protection council. That's fucking not democratic. Whatever. We can look back and say this thing went pretty well, but it's not clear at all in September and October that was going to be the case. More people celebrating Biden's win. Cool. I mean, what happened to the social distancing? This is the inside story of the conspiracy to save the 2020 election, based on access to the group's inner workings, never before seen documents, and interviews with dozens of those involved from across political spectrum. This is part of the intro. It is the story of an unprecedented, creative, and determined campaign whose success also reveals how close the nation came to disaster. Every attempt to interfere with the proper outcome of the election was defeated, says Ian Basine, co-founder of Protect Democracy, a nonpartisan rule of blah 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 of law advocacy group. But it's massively important. Sorry, I'm getting a little flustered. It's massively important for the country to understand that it didn't happen accidentally. The system didn't work magically. Democracy is not self-executing. These people are brilliant. They're telling you, this is fucking 1984 doublespeak. They're telling you the same thing twice in two different ways. We're doing democracy, but we're not doing democracy. Or we're fighting non-democracy against democracy. This is good. A little fucking insane. A little intense, but good. That's why the participants want the secret history of the 2020 election told. So the people that did all this, they fucking proud of it, I guess. Even though it sounds like a paranoid fever dream. A well-funded cabal of powerful people ranging across industries and ideologies working together behind the scenes to influence perceptions, change rules and laws, steer media coverage, and control the flow of fucking information. They were not rigging the election. They were fortifying it. And they believe the public needs to understand the system's fragility in order to ensure that democracy in America it fucking endures. I need a fucking bigger drink. Wow. Gotta put some fucking hair in your chest. That's the introduction. It goes on. You got the architect. The alliance. Ooh, yes, the alliance against fucking Nazi Germany. Securing the vote. The disinformation defense. That's probably fucking good. Spreading the word. Oh man, it's telling you. Read. Go look up this article. Read it. See for yourself. See how these fucking. This is fascism. Okay. This is whatever. We're fucking the left or I don't think it's the left because conservatives took part in that too. The GOP, Republican Party's dead. Fuck both parties. This is the establishment. This is insane. And they took advantage of Black Lives Matter, took advantage of every fucking well-meaning Antifa person, took advantage of Trump supporters. Anyways, strange bedfellows continues on. Showing up, standing down. The 5 steps to victory. Ooh, man. Look at this picture. This is good. These are Trump supporters outside. They wanted to witness votes being counted. This is here at Detroit's TFC Center on November 4th. And they were putting up fucking posters to block the windows. Would let nobody in. Democracy. And it goes on. How close we came. Oh, so scary. And then here we are at the end. Final statement. Democracy won in the end. The will of the people prevailed. But it's crazy in retrospect that this is what it took to put on to put on an election in the United States of America. Fucking insane. Okay? We are beyond 1984. This is beyond a Monty fucking Python skit. This is open lunacy. Okay, this is... It's crazy. They're telling you they inverted reality for you prior to the election, after the election, openly telling you. They're giving you names of people, they're giving you groups involved, how they did it. This is brazen in fucking Time magazine. So many people over the past months were getting channels knocked out, videos taken down, because this is all conspiracy theory. And here they are fucking telling you this. To your face. Time magazine. This is not one of my parody satire fucking... This is weird. It's cool. We're all going to hell. I'm just saying. I don't know. It does beg the question, what else are they doing this with? Because we're going through a lot more than a fucking crazy election. I mean, is the lockdowns? Are any of those? Do they have these crazy groups that just band together with politicians? Like they've done historically? I don't know, okay? Don't fucking know. Not gonna talk about it. COVID, definitely a real disease. Virus, not fucking denying that. This is hilarious. This is beyond 1984. I got you. I'll tell you what this is. This is motherfucking top secret. Where you at, YouTube? Talk to me. Oh, yop. Yeah, I can't fucking type. Hey, I'm not a typer. No, can't space either. God dang it. Top secret with Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer. Yeah. You guys know what Top Secret is? Mid-80s movie. If you know Naked Gun, the whole series with Leslie Nielsen, I think this is beyond that. Because Top Secret, Val Kilmer was a rock star, got sent into like World War II, Nazi-era Germany as a spy. It's a fucking hilarious movie. Let's look at this fucking video clip right here. Oh no, we got a commercial. Son of a bitch. You have to endure 15 seconds of this commercial. Macy's, alright, that's cool. Oh, that's a good part. Alright. Yeah, this is where he finds out one of the guys he's working with was a secret spy the whole time. It was actually a bad guy, and this is towards the end of the movie, they're duking it out. Watch this fucking movie. Let's end this on a laugh. Come on. This is where we're at. This is our country. We're fighting over nonsense. Openly fake. Openly horseshit. Characters are sillier than all hell. No politicians. Of course, they're having underwater fisticuffs. There's a stool. Yes, and it breaks perfectly. Oh, there's a whole bar. Come on. Yeah. Oh, the double twister. Come on. They don't make movies like this anymore. What the fuck? That's enough out of you. That's our reality. So with that, I bid you good Friday. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your life, because the awakening, the quickening, the fucking everything is happening. I don't know why the article was written, why all that was omitted, and why my video might get taken down for fucking talking about it. I don't know. Already had one video taken down. Like and subscribe. Share my video if you like it. I'll see you tomorrow maybe. I don't know.